Hey everybody, I'm Charles Morgan from Comic Week and what's your name again?
I'm Joe.
First full appearance of Joe, everybody. We had a cameo a few weeks ago. Anyway, we're here at Alpha Comics and Will Alon, and this is this week's new comic books for Wednesday, also new number ones. And what are you reading?
This week I am reading Young Justice because it had Sideways on the cover, and I adore Sideways. Also, it seems like everyone's coming back who hasn't been there for a while, and it's just a fun time.
It's kind of floating in there sideways too, as is his name.
Yes.
Yeah, what else you got? More
I got,
DC, I see.
Yeah, more DC. Flash, because I've been reading Flash since pretty much the beginning of Rebirth. Figured I'd just keep going with it. I'm really liking what they're doing with the story so far, and excited to read that. Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy is one of my favorite Marvel characters, and it's been a fun little mini-series. Ruby, because I fell in love with the show, and when they made the comic, I was ecstatic. And then this is fun. It's from Image. It's new. I flipped through it a little bit. The art is amazing. I'm not quite sure what it's about, but it's called Decorum, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So I was like, well, I gotta read it, figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's a Hickman joint, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of his work on the X titles as far as the layout and the sort of merging of literary material, literary prose, and the graphic novel. So
Yeah.
you definitely maybe want to check that out. It's what is it, $4.99?
$4.99.
Yeah. So on my list this week there are a few things. First off, this is being closed out. This is the epilogue of From Hell. This is the colorized version from Top Shelf. Of course, Alan Moore's From Hell is one of the great graphic novels of all time, and I've enjoyed seeing it in color, full color. This has not only the epilogue, but some annotations and some other material to complete the collection. 10 parts, and I'm sure they'll probably release this in a hardbound or something. They should. If you know my work with Coin Week, you know I'm a numismatist by heart. I really like this cover of the new Immortal Hulk, which has a $1 Federal Reserve note with very unusual serial number IH62K7U4. So that's the Incredible Hulk 1962. I have no idea what K7U4 is, but is that like a element or something?
It might be.
Yeah, but anyway, what's actually really cool for you local folks is this is from the Federal Reserve branch of Richmond, Virginia.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of neat to get a shout out there on that cover. Of course, homie's chin kind of looks like a scrotum. But,
A little bit, yeah.
You can't unsee what I just said. Also, number 38, Detective Comics is a facsimile edition. You get to meet Robin for the first time, and a great version of this with all the original ads. Really cool Golden Age reprint. And also, we have here Safe Sex number 7. You get to see, the bloody resolution of the conflict between these transgressive sex workers and this coterie of uptight fanatics. Also a panel of sounding and some other fetishy things. On the playlist in the back is Hey from Pixies Doolittle. I always like the mixtape they put. So what are this week's number ones? We'll go through them one at a time. So you got Sweetheart. Action Lambs. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 1. You have Marvel Snapshots Submariner. And this also has a variant cover. From Scout Comics, you have North Bend. Jim Henson's The Storyteller. Ghosts. Some basically reprints of some great Silver Surfer classic stories from Marvel Tales. And you have Ghost Wolf, number 1. And you'd see Cable as a little guy. Yeah. A little teenage Cable. Gun is huge. Certainly not compensating for anything.
No.
So anyway, that does it for this week in comics. If you're in the west end of Richmond, stop by and buy them out. So we'll have more comics for you next week.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.